Hello everybody, I'm Baltmatrix, and today we're taking a look at Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Selects, or Generation Selects, ROTORSTORM. This figure came to me from the Big Bad Toy Store. Open it up here on camera, and here we have our baby blue boy. And look at these colors. Oh, we're going to take a look at the figure up close here in just a second. And it's packaged in robot mode. All right, let's get him out of there. Out of the box, the figure looks absolutely fantastic. Everything about this figure is just 90s, just woof, color schemes, but I love it. It's so bright and colorful and stupid. It's wonderful. I love it. Head sculpt is wonderful and is almost a dead ringer for the original Machine Wars, European Machine Wars, not US, European Machine Wars of figure of the same name, ROTORSTORM, who was a Turbomaster. That original Turbomaster figure was repainted and released in the US as Sandstorm for the same Machine Wars line. And then it got a re-release in, I want to say 2003, in the Universe line as Whirl with a couple of minicons. Head sculpt is on a ball joint, though it is limited, and it constantly hits up against the back of the propeller there, though it can only look down that much and can only look up that much. Shoulders consist of a swivel inside the chest and then a hinge for in and out movement. Swivel just above the elbow. Elbow is double jointed, swivel at the wrists. There is some nice torso articulation used in the transformation. Swivel in the hip for forward and back, and then for in and out, a hinge joint. Then there is a swivel at the thigh, and bend at the knee about 90 degrees. You can get more if you open up the back of his lower leg. There is siege foot articulation here. I mean, look at that. That's 180 degrees right there of ankle articulation side to side and then forward and back. The only issue I have with the figure QC-wise is the knees are just a bit loose for my taste. Okay, they're a lot a bit loose, but I'm pretty sure I can fix that myself. The only other issue that I have with the figure is they did something with the design of it where the rotors don't actually lock into the back like they do on our favorite multicolored Decepticon. The figure comes with two very nicely painted weapons. They are the same weapons that Spinister came with. Though Spinisters are solid colors, these are multicolors. The cannon tips are obviously yellow. I'm probably going to repaint these myself because I think they could use a couple more coats. But then these sections, the sections that you actually plug into the figure, work fine. There's no problem whatsoever, and you can even stack them, which is nice. And if you really want to go silly with it, you can even stack it with Spinister's guns. And speaking of Spinister, here they are, and oh god, I've gone blind! Transformation for this bad Roto Boy is the same as Spinister's, and I kind of expected that. I mean, what are you going to do? So, first off, fold up the fists and peg the forearms into these little pieces of plastic that are sticking off the shoulders. Next, grab the backpack and pull it away from the figure, and then straighten out the, propellers. Fold the entire section down at the crotch, and then just kind of push the abdomen in, and you can then straighten out the propeller, or the rear rotor, and flip the head underneath like that. Snap it into place. Bring the rear of the vehicle mode back and snap this section into place, and this really should be folding back a little bit more. There we go, got it. Now for the legs. Open up both sides, and the one with the pink landing gear is the one you're going to want to go to the front. So what we'll do is turn the hips so that the other leg without the landing gear is pointing towards the back of the vehicle mode. Turn it, and then collapse the entire section in, flip out the foot. All right, I forgot about that. Turn it around and then collapse it. Close it up, and then sandwich this up underneath like that. And then put the foot out to the side. Oh, we do want to turn that around. And then take the arm and bring it in. Peg that into place. Thing on this side. Turn it. Flip the foot out. Flip the canopy up. Close the bottom. Take the foot, put it down. Bring the arm in. Peg it in. I maintain that this is probably one of my favorite helicopter modes we've ever gotten in a Transformers toy. It is so good. It's so much fun to transform, even if it is a little bit annoying at times. But it works. I mean, this works as a gunship mode. And I maintain that I think we're going to see a version of this mold, or a heavy retool of it, for Needle Nose. Just saying. It's real good. It's real good. So here are the helicopter mold brothers next to each other. Both of them work. What can I say? They both work really well. The coloring on both of them work incredibly well. Only thing I wish different I would love there to be a Decepticon symbol right here on Spinister, as opposed to over here on the side of the back of the figure. We don't have the same for ROTORSTORM. But yeah, both helicopters. Thumbs up. ROTORSTORM is just a ton of fun. There's just nothing else I could say about it. The coloring might not be for you. That's totally okay. And I can understand that. I really can. This color scheme is very loud, but it is very 90s. And I lived through the 90s. So I definitely remember the 90s. Especially these colors. Oh boy, I think I had shirts this color. Oof. Ugh. Anywho, yeah, it's loud. It's real loud. So folks, I picked this figure up over at the Big Bad Toy Store. Now at the time of this review, I believe it's still showing as pre-ordered, but they had a run that came in like a week ago. I had some trouble with FedEx getting a hold of this guy because it took them like 6 days to deliver it, even though I had it set for only 4 days shipping. So thanks, FedEx. Ugh. Anywho, head down to the link in the description to pick this figure up for yourself at the Big Bad Toy Store. Also, while you're down there, follow me over on Patreon and help me keep the lights on. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. I have been Baltmatrix, and I will catch you next time. Why do you have a different head? Why, ROTORSTORM? Why do you have to be so different? I thought you were, just a repaint, but no, you gotta have your own special European head, don't you? Seriously, Hasbro, what are you doing? So many more people would be excited about you if you are excited for this thing, if you gave them, images with the right head.